as manager of Manchester United. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has come in as the new owner, and he wants to rock things up and take United back to where they belong. And he got rid of Ten Hag and has appointed me, Footy Facts, to oversee his Man United project. And he set me some pretty simple aims. Just get United back to the top, win the Premier League, reach the Champions League semi-finals, win a domestic cup, and regain control from City and Liverpool, two teams who, in the last decade have dominated United in terms of trophies. That wasn't what it used to be like. We want to get back to the days where we are the best club in the world. Now, in terms of the squad, we need quite a bit of work to do this because the squad is not great, especially on FIFA. It is pretty bad, to be honest, and we need a lot of work. Right wing, striker, midfield, right back. All of these areas could do with an upgrade, so we're going to go on a bit of a shopping spree in this first summer to rapidly improve it. And we're also going to just absolutely gut this squad because there's too many players here who just simply aren't good enough to where we want to be. Christian Eriksen being one of those. Catch an eye him. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, decent player, but as I said, if we want to be where we are, we don't want to be starting Wan-Bissaka. Same with Martial. Got rid of all of these players, raised some pretty decent fees as well. Jadon Sancho, again, I don't care if he had issues with Ten Hag. He doesn't have issues with me, but he's just not good enough. Anthony, not good enough. Get out. We were ruthless. I'm not having Deadwood, players who shouldn't be here at the club. Van de Beek, gone. And we raised a lot of money, and that allowed us to go big. So we went and got an absolute star striker in Victor Osimhen for 133 million. Hoyland's good, young striker, but he's going to take too long to become what we want him to be. So we've got an experienced guy in, and we also got a proven right winger in Serge Gnabry, just for 40 million. Proven, experienced, and it's going to really improve that right hand side, along with Ashraf Hakimi for 60 million. A massive upgrade at right back on Wan-Bissaka, and that right hand side is looking very nice. And then finally we made an improvement in centre mid with the £100 million man. He was going to join United a couple seasons ago, but we've gone back in and got it done. Frankie de Jong is in the door, and that was our summer business. We didn't get too many signings, but the signings we got were absolute superstars, and suddenly this team, I think it looks really good. I think it's ready to compete almost in this first season already. To be honest, I don't really see many weak spots in it. Maybe depth is a little bit of an issue, but we should really be challenging for that league title in this first season, hoping for a deep run. We're not messing about in this rebuild. As I said, we mean business. Jim Ratcliffe was clear. He wants to take United back to the top, and we are going to deliver that as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and simulate do January now in our first season and see how we get on. Okay, so we are in January now. Let's see how we have got on in our first half of the first season of the rebuild. So starting off in the Cups, Carrot Cup, absolutely shocking here, losing to Rotherham in round 4. Really poor stuff there, as we want to be winning the domestic cups, so that's not a great start. But in the Champions League it's going a lot better. Unbeaten in the group, top the group ahead of Bayern Munich, which is massive. Hopefully we will get an easier tie then. In the league, then we haven't done too well. It's fifth place, yeah. We expected with those summer signings to be a lot further and higher up and competing with Man City and Liverpool a lot better. That is one of our aims, and those two are in the top 2 positions, so that's not really good, and we are very far behind. We have quite a bit of work to do in this second half of the season in terms of the league. Looking at the player stats, Victor Osimhen, as you would expect, has hit the ground running. Rashford has done well, as has Bruno. Gnabry has started off decent. So I'm not entirely sure what's gone wrong here because everyone's doing alright, but hopefully in the second half of the season they can start to click a little bit better and things can improve. But let's go ahead then and simulate to the end of the shocking. Again, round 4 exit to Brentford this time. Both cups, Carabao Cup and FA Cup, real missed opportunities this year. But how did we do in other competitions? So, in the league, yeah, I mean, we got top 4, finished 4th, but it wasn't the best. Aston Villa was season by them. They finished above us, which is pretty embarrassing considering how much we spent. But we did manage to get top 4, quite a way off Liverpool and Man City, so not the best, but look, we'll take it. We will take it. As for the Champions League, then, did we achieve our aim there? No, we did not. Borussia Dortmund knocked us out in round of 16, which is a really, really disappointing one. Although, when I looked at the rest of the tournament, they did go on to win it, so that makes me feel a little bit better. However, I know we probably should have done a little bit better in that competition. Looking at the player stats, Aussie men ended the season fantastic, as did Bruno, Rashford and Gnabry. That front four were electric. I feel like maybe defensively they just let us down, potentially leaked quite a few goals because attackers clearly did their job. But look, end of the first season wasn't great by any standards considering how much we spent, but it's a sufficient building block for the next season where we really need to be pushing on here, winning at least a domestic cup and competing for that league title, because quite frankly that probably was really, really below par first season and we need to improve drastically in this second season. Okay, so we are in the second season here of the rebuild, and looking at the team, to be honest, I don't think it needs any work. I think maybe left back in the starting 11 is the only place we're going to look to upgrade. The rest of the starting 11 I'm perfectly fine with. I think last season was just a bit of a blip. The players needed to gel together, but I think if we just make that subtle improvement, we should be fine. And we're also going to try and add a little bit more depth into the side and clear a bit of dead wood. Now, here were some of the departures. Maguire, unfortunately, for go. He's bigger than the club. He requested to leave, so I had to honour that as for go. Brandon Williams came back from his loan and departed, as did Mason Greenwood, for obvious reasons, can be having an impact. Luke Shaw, then we decided to sell. We actually sold him to Liverpool, which isn't ideal, but we needed to get rid of him to fund our left back, as we did spend quite a bit last summer. And Theo Hernandez was who we brought through the door, an absolutely superstar left back, one of the best left backs, maybe the best left back in the world. Comes through the door to strengthen that first team we have built. And then we got a bit more depth. We needed some centre back depth, so we got Willie Orban, experienced guy, through the door to replace Maguire, as it did David Garcia, another experienced centre back, just as depth, as we lacked a little bit of depth. But that was all we really did in this summer window. Not too much, but we added real quality. And now looking at this team, oh my word, wow, quality this is. There's no excuses now in this second season. We have built a superstar team. We should be at least challenging for the league, winning a domestic cup like we wanted to, and going far in the Champions League. Maybe we can tick off all the aims in this one season. Who knows? Let's go ahead and find out. Alright, so we are in January now of the second season, How have we got on? So, in the Carabao Cup, we are in the semi-finals, much better, and we have also, not sure how they've managed to get there. So, we are, I hope to say, 1 foot in the final at least, which is good. Champions League, we were drawing a very easy group, and rightfully so, topped it with ease. That's like a Europa League group there, so hopefully we had a decent draw in that. And if we actually have a look at who we drew, we have a Napoli, so not bad but not the worst. That's a draw we should be winning with our team, considering we have taken their best player in Aussie men. In the league though, it's going much better than last season. We are top of the league, ahead of Man City and Liverpool, just about, who are in a bit of a title race with us, so this is good. This is good. To hopefully regain control. It's tight though, so we do need to be on our A game here. And if we have a look at the player stats, think this team, it seems like the goals have slightly decreased in this side, and considering we are in a bit of a title race now with City and Liverpool, we need to make sure we get this job done. So we are going to go into the market to try and add just a little bit more quality to get some goals, and we decided to go and get Leroy Sané. Yeah, we got another behind winger. Sané and Gnabry are now our right wingers, and hopefully just this addition of quality just adds a little bit more firepower in this side that will hopefully get us over the line in the league and maybe the Champions League. But that's all we did in the January transfer window. Let's see if that was enough and if we have made it and won the league. Let's simulate to the end of the season. Right, so we are at the end of the second season. Let's take a little look at how we got on. Did we achieve any of our aims? So we start off with the domestic cups and the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. So the FA Cup, abysmal again. 2-0 at home, lost to Everton in round 5. Really should be doing better there, but it didn't really matter in the end because we did tick off one of the aims by winning the Carabao Cup. We beat Walsall and Sheffield United beat Chelsea, so I mean it was pretty easy. Sheffield United and Walsall were in a semi-final and final, but we got the job done in the end, and there's one of the aims ticked off. But as for the league, we did it as well. We won the league, and we absolutely stormed it, by the way. 95 points. I'm pretty sure we only lost like one game from January to the end of the season. An absolute blitz from the end of the season. Easily miles ahead of Man City and Liverpool, and that's going to go down as one of United's best season. 95 points. Right, in the Champions League, we beat Napoli fairly convincingly in the round of 16 to progress to the quarter-finals, where we played Aston Villa, who finished above us last season, and we just narrowly beat them. So we're into the semi-finals, where we beat PSG convincingly, and that sets up a tie first. Manchester City in the Champions League final, a Manchester derby, and we have not played it. We are going to play it live together and watch it. Now this is honestly massive for multiple reasons. One, because it's a Manchester derby in a Champions League final, but two, our aim, as you know, is to regain control from Man City and Liverpool. So if we beat them in a Champions League final, I think we've regained control. And if we have a look at the player stats before we go into it, I mean, it's clear to see why we destroyed the league. Wow. Absolute clinic the attackers put on. Fernandes, Gnabry, Osimhen, Rashford all got over 20 goals. Even like Hakimi, De Jong, look at all their assists. Sané, I mean, he did okay, but not the best. But it is Champions League final time. We're not going to be playing the game as well. We're just going to be watching it. Man United vs Man City in a Champions League final. The stakes couldn't really be higher. This is really to decide if this rebuild is a success or not. If we lose to Manchester City in a Champions League final, that's a big failure. A big failure. But if we win, I mean, there's a different narrative. It's a huge rebuild then. And if you're wondering how we did it, we just basically locked onto a player, subbed him off, and then, as you can see, watch the game. So I'm not interfering with it at all. Now Man City came through early on with Erling Haaland, who blew it away, and we went down 1-0 inside 10 minutes to Erling Haaland. Not the ideal start, and we actually went 2-0 down. I didn't record the game play, unfortunately. So we had a lot of work to do, and we tried to fight back with a close header there from a corner with Osimhen, and from the resulting corner we then went short here with Gnabry, who did very well here to cut it across for Casemiro, who stroked it, but Ederson saved. From that corner then, it was another sequence of corners that went very close in, resulting in the back of the net. Gnabry played it in, and Rashford just fizzed it wide. Gnabry did, sorry. And in the second half we came out firing. Gnabry with a shot denied by Edison yet again. Missed the chances, and we made a change. Sane, our new boy, came on for Gnabry. Could he make an impact versus former club? And Hoyland came on for Casemiro, as we really had to chuck everything at it at this point. With just 30 minutes left on the clock to grab something, Hakimi came bombing down the right hand side, crossed it to the back post, and Theo Hernandez was denied again by Edison, who was having the blinder. And in the 84th minute, it was really our last chance. We had to score here, Theo Hernandez, to get us back in the game, and he was denied by Edison again. And despite all of those chances, we missed and didn't score a goal, and Man City defeated us 2-0 in the Champions League final. Absolutely devastating loss for us to lose a Champions League final to our arch nemesis, our biggest rivals. Really, really sad, really, really poor, but we performed well. We did win the league, we did win a cup, but we didn't win the Champions League. And we're going to end the rebuild there, I think, because we, as I said, we won the Prem. We did reach the Champions League semi-final. We did win a domestic cup as well. But did we regain control from City and Liverpool? I put it at a bit of a neutral phase. I'm not sure. We did beat those two very comfortably to a Premier League title, but then we lost to City in the Champions League final. So maybe we regained control from Liverpool, but not City. Yeah, I don't know, was this rebuild a success or not? Let me know in the comments below. Success or failure. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this rebuild. If you guys have any suggestions on